Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video you're going to do a review on this 1983 Ford Capri Mark III made by Norev in a 1:18 scale. So stay with me to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed yet. Give me your thumbs up, share this video, and click bell for news. So let's go on. 1983 Ford Capri. This car was produced by Ford Europe, and it was a very successful car in Europe back in the 1970s and 1980s. It was produced from the end of 1960s to the mid of 1980s, I think 1986 actually. This car is 1983 model. It's a 2.8 V6 injection, and it was also imported by the United States and sold as Mercury Capri by the Lincoln Mercury division. After a while, Ford United States has decided not to import this car anymore, but to use this name for a variation of a Ford Mustang under the Fox platform. So we had Ford Mustang and Mercury Capri in the 1980s. But in the 1970s, Mercury Capri was basically the European Ford Capri with the Mercury badge, different headlights and different bumpers according to American legislation. This is a very cool car, and it's a mid-sized car for the European standards and a compact for the American standards. This is a Mark III version. It's one step ahead of that Ford Capri II I've shown before in a 1:66 scale. This Ford Capri model car is made by Norev. Norev actually makes some American cars, but it makes mostly European cars. And this is one very good example of those model cars made by the company. This Ford Capri has very nice features, several opening features such as doors, hood, trunk, and working suspension, and the level of detailing in this model car is really outstanding. Very nice model car to have in a diecast collection if you like very well detailed cars. And if you like European cars, this is a car I would really recommend. Black trims, satin black trims around the windows, door handle, which is a plastic piece, the mirror that's in the right proportion, doors, hood, trunk lid, they all close very well. The wheels are also very realistic, and those silver stripes on the lower line of the body that look very nice. They're below this plastic trim, goes the way here, and below the bumpers. They look also very realistic, and all according to European cars of the time. And this is a decal that was present in the original car as well, so this is also very realistic. Windows transparency is also excellent. It's an outstanding model. Front of the car is one more look with very good realism, with the grille, the badge, and the headlights. They're really very realistic. It's a pity I can't show how realistic those parts are just by looking at from the camera. Looking at the car right now, and I'm really impressed with the quality of details in this car. Windshield wipers and the mirrors are also with a very good proportion. Very nice features of this model car, and when we look at this front, is the way parts are made. We can see that they are very well adjusted and have a very good realism. As we look at the bumper, we notice that this bumper has a lot of realism in those directional lights, bumper guards, license plate, this spoiler below the bumper, the grille, and the Ford badge, the headlights. They are all very realistic. And the engine bay, as we notice, is also very realistic with all those reservoirs, those cables, wires, air filter, this air filter hose, a radiator, front panel, even a hood hinge, a very well-made piece. It's not those thick hinges we sometimes see in some other model cars. So Norev has done an excellent job in this car. A closer view of the engine bay with the fluid reservoirs, cables and wires, a fuel injection system with the air filter and the air filter hose right here, radiator, a radiator cap, fenders, the shocks, shock absorbers right here, the front panel. So all details are really very nice. The air intake and the windshield wipers. The interior of a car that's very well taken care of. 3-spoke steering wheel that's typical of 1980s European cars. Dashboard with gauges, and gauges are made with very high quality decals. A window is closed, it's rolled up, which makes opening the door a little more difficult task, but nothing really impossible. Trims around the windows are all made in flat black, just very common back in the 1980s with the European sports cars. The pedals, a clutch, brake and gas pedal, a carpet and the gear shifter, very realistic. And the central console, that's typical of these cars. Seats tilt and door panels are very realistic. Better look at the interior with a carpet, very well made. And the seat, that's a Recaro seat, gray pattern that looks very nice. The air outlets, glove compartment lid, which is fixed in this case, and a dashboard, which is very rich in detail. We can notice the radio and some more buttons and knobs, and a central console right here. The decals, just like in a real car, it's Capri 2.8 injection and a Ford logo that's very realistic. Deck lid, rear spoiler, rear wiper, and a rear window washer. This trunk is all made with carpet inside. This trunk lid actually opens. It's openable just like in a real car. This is a mixture of a fastback and a hatchback car that's very common in Europe at the time. The taillights are very realistic. Remind a little bit the taillights of Ford Escort. Dual exhaust, since this car is a V6. It looks really very nice and very realistic. The base of a car that's made in plastic. Front suspension, the rear suspension, they're actually working suspensions. Front wheel steers, and also suspension is functional. Drive shaft, this is a rear wheel drive car, which was not very common in European cars at the time. They were mostly front wheel drive. And this car has got those mufflers. They're made with a very high quality and very good realism. Very nice color. Leaf spring suspensions. Front steering system. Front suspension. The front spoiler. Speaking of grades, I would give this car a 10 with no problems at all. A solid 10 really. Norev is known for making very good model cars, and this is no exception to the rule. The painting quality is great. The finishing touches in this car are very well made and very well refined. The realism in this car is really awesome. It's fantastic. And if you like those European Ford cars and Ford model cars, this is a car I would really advise you to have. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views, for all subscriptions. I thank you all subscribers for passing the 2,000 subscribers. And I also thank you for all comments, interactions, for all likes. And if you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed yet. And also don't forget to give me a thumbs up, to share this video, and click the bell for news. And let me know down in your comments what you think about the car and about the video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.